9.17.
OK, Eddie. First question for £100. A whale can make a louder noise than a lion. True or false?
A whale can make a louder noise than a lion. True.
Correct! Blue whales can make a sound of up to 188 decibels, whereas a lion's roar is never more than 114 decibels. Roar! Now, for £200. The First World War was shorter than the Second World War. True or false?
I think it's true.
Correct! It's true. The First World War lasted 4 years, from 1914 to 1918, but the Second World War lasted 6 years, from 1939 to 1945. Next for £400. The American film industry is bigger than the Indian film industry.
I think it's false. You know, Bollywood and all that is huge. I think it's false.
Correct! The Indian film industry is much bigger than the American one. It produces about 1,000 films every year, which is double what Hollywood produces. In fact, America isn't even the second country that makes the most films, which is Nigeria. Next, for £800. In July, Edinburgh is hotter than Sydney. True or false?
In July, Edinburgh is hotter than Sydney. They're true.
Correct! The average temperature in July in Edinburgh is 15 degrees, and in Sydney it's 13 degrees. Of course, Australia's in the southern hemisphere, so it's winter there. Next, for £1,600. Silver is heavier than gold. True or false?
True. No, false.
Do you want to phone a friend?
No, I think it's false. I remember from science lessons at school, gold is heavier than silver.
Correct! Gold weighs about 19 grams per cubic centimetre, and silver weighs only 10.5 grams. That means that gold is almost twice as heavy as silver. OK, for £3,200, the mountain K2 is more difficult to climb than Mount Everest.
True.
Correct! 30% of the people who try to climb K2 die, usually on the way down, whereas only 5% of the people who try to climb Everest die. OK, Eddie, now for £6,400. Driving in Italy is more dangerous than driving in Belgium. True or false?
I think that's a trick question. We all think the Italians drive really fast, but maybe they're good drivers. I think it's false.
Well done, Eddie! It may be hard to believe, but in fact, out of every 100,000 people, 6 people died because of car accidents in Italy, compared to 7 in Belgium. And finally, the last question. Be very careful, Eddie. If you get it right, you win £12,800. But if you get it wrong, you get nothing. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
OK. For £12,800. It's better to do exercise in the morning than in the afternoon. Quickly, Eddie. Your time is nearly up.
I think it's false, but I'm not sure. I want to phone a friend.
Right, Eddie? So, who do you want to call?
Sandra.
Is she your girlfriend?
Yes, she is.
OK, then. Hello? Is that Sandra?
Yes, it is.
I'm phoning from Quiz Night. Eddie needs some help. You have 30 seconds, Eddie. Here she is.
Hi, Sandra?
Yes?
Listen, it's the last question. It's better to do exercise in the morning than in the afternoon. True or false? I think it's false.
I think it's true. I always see people running in the park in the morning.
Google it, quickly on your phone.
What do I put in?
Just that sentence and see what comes up. It's better to do exercise in the morning than in the afternoon. Come on.
Yes, I'm writing it. Oh, sorry, I just got a message.
Oh, hurry up, Sandra.
Time's up, I'm afraid. OK, Eddie. So, true or false?
True.
Final answer?
Final answer. True.
I'm sorry, Eddie, it's false. It's better to do exercise in the afternoon between 4 and 5. Eddie, you had £6,400, but now you go home with nothing.
Why did I phone Sandra?